Welcome to another Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union broadcast of Lumberjack basketball. Join us as we bring you the action live from the court with Tim Parrish. We want to take a moment to thank all of our Lumberjack sports sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now for the countdown to tip-off with Tim Parrish, and go Lumberjacks! And welcome, Lumberjack fans. Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Gymnasium as we get set for a non-conference matchup between your St. Mary's Lumberjacks and the Potlatch Loggers. And it's a pretty nice evening for basketball action. So if you don't got a whole lot going on, head out to Lumberjack Gymnasium and cheer on these Lumberjack girls. We are a little bit late getting our pregame going, but we are here and we're going to get things rolling pretty quickly. But we will take a quick break. We'll come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off after a word from our sponsors.
Nothing comes easy. Every day, every dollar, every decision. So your finances should work just as hard as you do. With a free Ascend checking account from P1FCU, you can earn real rewards for the work you're already doing. No gimmicks, just better banking. Because around here, dividends are for the doers. Learn more at p1fcu.org/ascend.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's. When you think of Potlatch Deltic, you might think logs or lumber. When I think about Potlatch Deltic, I think of family, community, compassion. You see, Potlatch Deltic is more than some company in St. Mary's. Potlatch Deltic is a community supporter in more ways than one. Whether it's donating to a fundraiser or nonprofit group, or giving a high schooler a summer job that could very well turn into a career, Potlatch Deltic is there for our community. We, for one, want to thank Potlatch Deltic for what they do and hope that you will also. Potlatch Deltic, proud supporters of, well, St. Mary's.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Idaho. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Well, well, well. Are you in need of a reputable, experienced, and knowledgeable well drilling and pump company? Look no further than Interstate Drilling and Pump. Interstate Drilling and Pump drills new wells, deepens existing wells, installs and repairs pumps, and does well testing both for water quality and gallons per minute. Interstate Drilling and Pump has 24-plus years of experience and serves from Moscow to Rathdrum and the Silver Valley. Well, what are you waiting for? Get on their schedule today. That's Interstate Drilling and Pump, 208-245-5101. 208-245-5101, Interstate Drilling and Pump.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau Insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life. Plus, they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Tim Parrish back here at Lumberjack Gymnasium as we get set for this non-conference matchup between the Loggers of Potlatch and the St. Mary's Lumberjacks. Quick recap, going back a little bit, St. Mary's girls, the only game they had last week was last Monday. They hosted the Moscow Bears, and it was a rough night for St. Mary's girls. They lost that game by a score of 76-24. And I was just thinking about it. That was a makeup game. So if they wouldn't have had that game moved or put there on the schedule, they probably wouldn't have played last week, I guess. I'm pretty sure that was a makeup game. If not, if I'm mistaken, well, it wouldn't be the first time. Anyways, we want to welcome those in on KUFE 1240 AM on your radio dial. Also, we have a YouTube audio stream. The link to that is shared to our Facebook page. And then we are also providing the play-by-play into the NFHS network camera here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. Once again, this is a non-league matchup. You've got the 2A team from the White Pine League with the Potlatch Loggers and the Central Idaho League 3A team with the St. Mary's Lumberjacks. And with that, we'll take a look at the Central Idaho League standings. The Grangeville Bulldogs, they are on top of the standings with a 3-0 league record, 8-4 overall. They beat Priest River by a score of 66-22 in their last game. They are at Prairie tonight. They currently sit 7th in the Idaho Sports Rankings and 5th in the Max Preps Rankings. The Kellogg Wildcats are number 2 in the CIL with a 2-0 league record, 7-3 overall. They beat Wallace by a score of 57-50 in overtime in their last game. They will be at Bonner's Ferry tonight. They are 8th in the Idaho Sports Rankings, 9th in the Max Preps Rankings. The Orofino Maniacs, also 2-0 in league play, but 4-6 overall. Their last game was a 43-33 win over Priest River. Tonight, they are at Lapway. They are 14th in the Idaho Sports Rankings, 19th in Max Preps. The Priest River Spartans, 1-4 in league play, 5-6 overall. They lost 66-22 at Grangeville this last weekend. They will be at Kellogg on the 15th. They are 16th in the Idaho Sports Rankings, 20th in Max Preps. And the Lumberjacks, 0-4 in league play, 0-7 overall. They lost their last game, 76-24 to Moscow. And they will be hosting the Grangeville Bulldogs on Saturday. That is a quad match. It's going to have JV and varsity boys and girls. The Lumberjack girls, 20th in the Idaho Sports Rankings and 22nd in the Max Preps Rankings. That's a look at your Central Idaho League standings. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip off after this.
Like most backseat drivers, I'm all about safety. Dad, pothole.
Got it.
So Les Schwab Tires makes my job easy. With services like brakes, steering, and alignment. Those cheap tire centers just throw on tires. That's it. Now, I'm not telling people how to do their job. Linger. I'm just glad Les Schwab takes safety as seriously as me.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing since 1952.
It's in Park, right?
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
If you want the best, you hire the best. Top Grade Roofing and Construction has over 25 years of experience and is licensed and insured. Top Grade Roofing and Construction can and will build just about anything. Need a deck? They can do it. Need siding? Yep. How about a fence? Of course. I mean, Top Grade Roofing and Construction might even build you a chicken coop if you ask. That's Top Grade Roofing and Construction. Call Vince for a free consultation at 208-269-3111. That's 208-269-3111. Top Grade Roofing and Construction. Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet, to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. Hugh and Margie Gannon of St. Mary's are proud to support the Lumberjacks and this Lumberjack Sports broadcast. The Gannons want to wish the Lumberjacks the best of luck this sports season and want you to know that they are proud of you. The Gannons say, "Go Lumberjacks!"
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff, and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. This is the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to tip off as your Lumberjacks get set to host the Potlatch Loggers. Both teams down on the floor warming up. St. Mary's down at the far end. Potlatch is underneath as I sit up in the Lumberjack weight room. 16 minutes on the clock until things get rolling tonight. As you may know by now, it is a varsity-only matchup. Potlatch does not have a JV squad this year. Taking a look at the power rankings and polls, we'll start with the top. This is the top 5 in Idaho Sports Coaches Poll and Max Preps. Starting with the Idaho Sports Power Ranking, the top 5 is Malad, Firth, Marcine, Ambrose, and Ryrie. In the Coaches Poll, it's Malad, Ryrie, Grangeville, Firth, and Parma. That is the top 5. And then the Max Preps rankings, which these are the ones that seed the state tournament for those teams that make it down south. The top 5 is Malad, Ambrose, Firth, Ryrie, and Grangeville. So that is a quick look at those Max Preps rankings. Once again, the Lumberjacks sit at 22nd in the Max Preps rankings. We'll take another break. We'll come back with a look around the area in high school sports after a word from our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors.
Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses. And most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
Sometimes accidents happen. You never thought it would happen to you, but it did. Where can you turn for that friendly hand of support? Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy in St. Mary's, where you'll find personalized care. Whether you need crutches, supports, wheelchairs, or even a hospital bed, Jack's is here for you. We service both Medicare and Medicaid. If you need durable medical equipment, come to Jack's, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benoit, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
For all of your area high school sports schedules, updates, and recaps, including Lakeside, Kootenai, and of course, St. Mary's High School, pick up your copy of the St. Mary's Gazette Record every Wednesday. Not only will they have game recaps and highlights for area high school sports action, but local news and information. St. Mary's Gazette Record, pick up a copy today. The name says it all. Taco About It. What is it, you may ask? It's the best taco truck in town. Might even be the only taco truck in town. If you like tacos, and who doesn't, then you need to stop by Taco About It, located at 128 South Highway 3 in St. Mary's, across the street from XXX Feeds. Taco About It has too many tacos to list, so you will just have to try them all. Call in your order 208-582-8533, or just stop by. Taco About It, located across the street from XXX Feeds in St. Mary's. When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjacks.
If you know which side of a saw cuts wood, and if you can hammer a nail, you can do it yourself. Carpentry, construction, finishing, or framing, around here, you've got it made. You've got 10th Street Lumber. At 10th Street Lumber, we have the answers to your building and repair project questions. Every day, 10th Street Lumber helps homeowners get quality results. For lumber, block, power tools, fixtures, everything you need for a professional job. Don't pick up a nail until you shop 10th Street Lumber. 10th Street Lumber on the corner of 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Mary's.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
Fall is coming, and of course, cold weather. Now's the time to stock up on a few things. XXX Feeds has magnetic wood pellets in stock, and it's never too early to be ready for the cold weather. XXX Feeds also has alfalfa in stock as well as straw. And if you have some four-legged woodland friends that look a little hungry, XXX Feeds can keep you loaded up on deer feed and deer blocks. Don't wait until the last minute. Stop by XXX Feeds in St. Mary's today.
And we are back, and I do apologize for the extended commercial break, but the concession stand opened up, and I needed to go down and get something to drink before the game gets underway. So I took care of that real quick. We've got about 9 minutes until opening tip-off. This is the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off as the Lumberjacks of St. Mary's are set to host the visiting Potlatch Loggers. Once again, both teams down there warming up on the court. And let's see, where are we? We're taking a look at high school sports around the area. So this is a little recap or a little heads up of what's going on not only here in St. Mary's, but at Kootenai and at Lakeside High School. Starting with your Lumberjack boys basketball team, they are 1-0 in league play, 6-1 overall. They beat the Potlatch Loggers by a score of 75-42 on, what day was that? I think it was last Thursday, I believe. And the Lumberjacks will be at home tomorrow hosting the Timberlake Tigers. That will be a C-team, JV, and varsity matchup starting at 4 o'clock with C-team. It is a busy week for the boys and the girls. The girls have, I think, tonight and then I think Saturday are the only two games on the docket for the girls. The boys, they have tonight, and then they're on the road Thursday to go to Priest River, and then they host the Grangeville Bulldogs on Saturday. The girls host Potlatch tonight, and I believe host Grangeville on Saturday, and I believe that is the two games of action for the girls this week. And that is it. The next week, a lot of league games for the boys this next 2 weeks. So they've got, like I said, Priest River and Grangeville this week, then a big matchup next Saturday on the road against the Orofino Maniacs in Orofino. That one is also a quad match day on a Saturday, as it'll be JV boys, girls, and varsity boys, girls in Orofino. We do plan on making that trip as well as making the trip to Priest River this Thursday. So that's a look at Lumberjack sports. So actually wrestling now, they will be at the Magic Valley tournament on the 16th and the 17th. And then there's a JV and girls Lewiston tournament on the 16th that some Lumberjacks will be attending that as well. Over to the Lakeside Knights, the boys for Lakeside, 3-0 in league play for basketball, 8-0 overall. They beat Clark Fork by a score of 78-31 on the 9th. They will be at Bonners Ferry tomorrow night. The Lakeside girls, 2-0 in league play, 7-9 overall. They lost to Bonners Ferry by a score of 59-49 on the 7th. They will be at Lake Roosevelt in Washington on the 17th. The Kootenai Warriors, their boys have not played a league game yet, but are 1-4 overall. They lost to Post Falls C team 60-28 in their last game. They will be at Wallace on the 14th. And Kootenai girls, they've only played 5 games so far this year. None are league games yet. They are 2-3 overall. They lost 55-20 at Potlatch in their last game. They will be at Wallace on the 14th. That's a look at our area high school sports. Let's take another break, and we'll be back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off after this.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Idaho so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
St. Joe Oil isn't just a fuel delivery company. They provide a much larger service than most people realize. St. Joe Oil can sell you a brand new Toyo oil stove and install it for you, and also keep your oil tank full. Not only that, St. Joe Oil plays a very critical role in our local industries. From logging to farming, St. Joe Oil keeps the fuel tanks full. From heating oil to off-road diesel and everything in between, call St. Joe Oil 208-245-2123. That's 208-245-2123. St. Joe Oil.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, Take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
Whistle.
Yeah, we are back here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. 3 minutes until opening ceremonies and the opening tip underway. Let's take a quick look at the stats for St. Mary's. Now, we only have 4 out of 7 games worth of stats for the Lumberjack girls. In those 4 games, St. Mary's has shot just 24% from the field, 27% from 2-point range, 7% from 3-point range, 42% from the free throw line. St. Mary's, one thing I've noticed, they haven't taken a lot of outside shots in the games that I've been to this year, and they also have not made a lot of those shots. They've been kind of struggling from the perimeter, and it's kind of surprising because senior Bailey Martin last year was the top, I believe, one of the top three-point shooters for the Lumberjacks, but she just has not been able to get anything going in this part of the season. We'll see if that can change a little bit tonight. St. Mary's is averaging 26 turnovers per game, 38 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 steals in their per game numbers for the 4 games I have stats for. They are giving up right around 12 points off of turnovers per game. Leading scoring, let's just break it down that way. The leading scorer per game is Daisy Williams. She's averaging about 14 points per game as a freshman, also averaging about 10 rebounds per game. Bailey Martin, the senior, she's averaging about 4 points per game to go along with 3 rebounds. Demercia Spooner, she's averaging about 4 points per game. Kaylin Boyette is averaging about 3 points per game. Kelly Keneally is averaging 2 points per game, as is Camden Timken. St. Mary's is only scoring in those 4 games I have stats for about 25 points per game, while allowing 59 points per game. The Potlatch Loggers, they are of the 2A White Pine Conference. Their coach is Kevin Scheffler. They are 4-4 in league play, 6-6 overall. They are averaging about 37 points per game, while giving up 46 points per game to their opponents. They lost at Prairie in their last game, 57-23. They beat the Lumberjacks back on December the 9th, 55-25 in Potlatch. And taking a real quick look at some of those numbers. In that game, St. Mary's shot only 23% from the field. I didn't mark down the Loggers' 2-point percentages or their percentages overall in that game. I forgot to. Williams for St. Mary's had 8 points in that game. Elliott and Keneally had 4. Timken with 3. For the Loggers, they were led by, let me see if I can find those stats. They were led by sophomore Cadence Carlson, who had 22 points in the contest. 8 Loggers scored in that game. Winther had 7. Vowles had 7. Larson had 6. Daisy Fry had 4. 5 points for Jaden Sessnan. 2 points for Taney Hansen. So that's just a quick breakdown of the last time these 2 teams faced off against each other. So we're going to take care of the national anthem. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the starting lineups.
Stop Coffee and More has come a long way from the little shop on Railroad Avenue. How far? Not only did they upgrade their Railroad Avenue location, they added a second location. That second location for Whistle Stop Coffee and More is on 313 St. Joe River Road. Both locations offer tasty drinks of coffee, Red Bull, or Lotus Energy, and food options, from acai bowls to cookies and delicious bagel sandwiches. Whistle Stop Coffee and More is the perfect stop for a quick bite and a drink on your way to work or school. Whistle Stop Coffee and More in St. Mary's. Does your furry friend need a bath? Don't want to deal with the hassle and the mess from bathing your furry friend? Make an appointment with Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop today. Barks and Bubbles, located at 402 North 10th Street in St. Mary's, will have your furry friend looking and feeling like $1 million in no time. And guess what? No mess at home, no scratches, and no getting soaked from head to toe. Let Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop handle the work.
Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop also offers pet boarding. Call for an appointment today at 208-245-5755. That's 208-245-5755. Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop in St. Mary's. There's a new shop on Main Street in St. Mary's. It's a gift shop. It's a home decor shop. It's a jewelry shop. It's a shop of bare necessities. Bare Necessities Trading Company is located at 822 Main Avenue in St. Mary's and has just about anything you could think of. From rocks and minerals to specialty foods, knives, and handcrafted soaps and lotions, there really is too much to list. So stop by at Bare Necessities Trading Company today and pick up a gift, something new for your house, or a cup of coffee. That's Bare Necessities Trading Company, located at 822 Main Avenue in St. Mary's. And we are back, and now we'll get ready to get you the starting lineups for both teams, and we'll start with the starters for the Potlatch Loggers. The first starter is number 1, freshman Kaney Hansen. Then we got the number 20, Alina Vowles. We got the number 22 of Cameron Larson. She's a freshman. And we got the number 23. She is a sophomore, Cadence Carlson. And rounding out the lineup, the number 25, a freshman, Daisy Fry. Now the starting lineup for your Lumberjacks. And let's see here if we can get this done. The first starter will be the number 1 of Camden Timken. The next starter is number 5, Kieran Elliott for the Lumberjacks. Then we got the number 10 of Bailey Martin. We got number 22 of freshman Daisy Williams. And number 23 of senior Kaylin Boyette. Lumberjacks are coached by Tammy Hodall. She's assisted by Michael Smith. The Loggers are coached by, I crumpled up my paper that had who that was. Scheffler is his last name, though, so we'll go with that. Lumberjacks in their white and green home uniforms. The visiting Loggers in their dark green with white numbers. It'll be Daisy Williams at the mid-court circle. She'll be going up against Daisy Fry for the opening tip. St. Mary's going left to right on your radio dial. Official steps to the mid-court circle. The tip is up. It's controlled by the Loggers. Potlatch will bring it to the far side, down on the right wing. Driving up to the elbow, extended, the ball is loose, going to be stolen away by Timken. St. Mary's going the other way. It's number 5 of Elliott. She's going to go all the way up to the low post. Shot is no good. The putback was attempted by Boyette. It was no good. Boyette got a rebound, got the ball out, I believe, to Williams. That shot was no good. Rebound went to Potlatch. And coming the other way, Potlatch loses control of the ball here underneath on the left side. Cadence Carlson had it. She'll turn the ball over. Lumberjacks facing some backcourt pressure from the Loggers. St. Mary's struggles with that kind of pressure on occasion. St. Mary's has it, going to get it down to the low post. Back to Elliott. Boyette probably should have taken that shot. She instead gives the shot up to pass it back to Elliott. Shot is no good. Rebound to the Loggers. Loggers coming the other way, and we're going to get a foul, I believe, on the floor against St. Mary's. I think it's on the floor. The foul goes against Timken. And the foul was on the floor, so the Loggers will inbound from baseline. Hansen will trigger it in from the baseline, left side of the bucket. He's going to go cross court to the left side of the floor. Going to get a quick 3 on the way by Val. Shot is no good. Williams pulls down the rebound for the Lumberjacks. And we're going to get a bad pass, I believe, by St. Mary's, stolen away by Potlatch. The Loggers looking for the quick break. They're coming the other way. Shot up and good by Daisy Fry. And the Loggers will score first. 2-0. And a turnover by the Lumberjacks. Another steal by the Loggers. Loggers have it left side. That's for our right side. That's Fry. They find an open Cameron Larson in the short corner, and Cameron Larson puts it up and good. And the Loggers out to a 4-0 lead over St. Mary's. Lumberjacks trying to battle through the backcourt pressure, taking it across Timken, gets it over to Elliott. the shot was up and no good. We had a rebound to Boyette. She tried the putback. It was missed and partially blocked, I believe. And ball went out of bounds. St. Mary's will inbound from baseline into Williams. Williams works around the defense. Shot up and good by Daisy Williams. 4-2, St. Mary's trails the Potlatch Loggers. Bringing it down for Potlatch is Hanson. She's going to pick up her dribble on the wrong side of the timeline. Gets it across the court. Bad pass, though. Kaylin Boyette will pick it off. And the Lumberjacks the other way. Boyette tries to take it all the way. The shot will be missed, but Boyette will be fouled. And Boyette will go to the free throw line. The foul goes against Fry. That'll be her first. Boyette to the charity stripe for St. Mary's. And that first free throw bounces off the front iron. No good. Score is 4-2. St. Mary's trails. 6 minutes to go. First period of play. Second free throw is up. That one is no good as well. Rebound goes to the Loggers. Bringing it back down the other way. It's Vowles. Vowles gets it over to Fry. Fry's long three is short. The save back in by the Loggers. And they get it into Cameron Larson. Larson goes up to put the shot up. She'll be fouled. She'll head to the free throw line. Timken picks up foul number 2. Cameron Larson to the free throw line. She's 50% on the season. She misses the first one. Timken will check out. Braylee Caldwell will come in for the Lumberjacks. She'll replace Timken on the floor. Second free throw by Larson on the way. That one rattles around and pops out. The rebound's going to go to Bailey Martin. Bailey will be fouled. And Lumberjacks will inbound from baseline into Elliott. Elliott has the ball stolen out of her hands. Going to have a pass inside that's going to be deflected out of bounds by St. Mary's. The ball will stay with the Loggers. Elliott and Boyette check out. Spooner and Keneally check in. Going to get a shot up and in from the Loggers from in the lane. That shot is Cameron Larson. Nice touch on her shot. They get the pass to Williams at the free throw at the half court line. Over to Spooner. Spooner drives down to the low post, kicks it back out. That'll be deflected out of bounds by the Loggers. The ball will stay. Oh, actually, no. It's going to be a turnover on St. Mary's. I think Daisy Williams was the last one to touch that ball before it went out of bounds. I thought it was deflected out of bounds by Potlatch. Bringing it down for the Loggers is Hanson. She gets it across the timeline, swings over to Fry. Back to the top of the key into the hands of Larson. Larson to the blocks. Now out to the wing. Three-point shot away by Hanson. Shot is no good. Offensive rebound. Putback will rattle around and fall through for the Loggers. That was put back in by Vowles. And it's 8-2, St. Mary's trails. Spooner's going to get the ball down in the low post. Shot is up, no good, but she will be fouled. It's going to be a blocking foul. It'll send Spooner to the free throw line for the Lumberjacks. That foul goes against the number 23 of Carlson. That shows us her second foul. Spooner's first free throw is off the mark. Loggers making some substitutions. Jaden Sessnan checks in, as does Kiana Winther. Second free throw from Spooner on the way. Oh, that one looked good. Back iron, though, no good. Daisy Williams gets the offensive board. Back to Spooner. Spooner drives, tries to put up the shot from the blocks on the left side. Again, she is fouled. And that'll send Spooner back to the free throw line. 4 fouls for the Loggers in the first 4 minutes. Not even full 4 minutes gone in the first period. Spooner to the charity stripe First free throw is up and good. Bailey Martin going to get a breather. Kieran Elliott checks back in for the Lumberjacks. 8-3, St. Mary's trails. 4:44 to go in the first period. Second free throw on the way by Spooner. That one back iron. It is no good. Spooner is able to get the rebound. She tries to feed it inside. It'll be stolen away by the Loggers. Bringing it the other way is Fry. St. Mary's, though, gets a steal, but a bad pass by Spooner. I think the steal was by Spooner. And then Spooner turned it back over. Then St. Mary's gets another steal from the Loggers. And Keneally has it right side. She's going to pull up for the floater. Shot won't go. Rebound taken by St. Mary's. That was Caldwell. Caldwell's shot wouldn't go. I think Keneally had a rebound, dished it out, and then we get a... Not sure what happened there, but the ball is into the St. Mary's, still St. Mary's ball. They're going to get it into Elliott. Her shot is blocked and rebounded by the Loggers. 8-3 still to score. Driving is going to be the 25. Shot is up and no good. Rebound goes to Spooner. 25 is Fry. And then St. Mary's loses the ball going the other way, out of bounds. It'll be a turnover on the Lumberjacks. So a little bit of sloppy play on both sides of the ball here for both teams in this last minute and a half as the Loggers bring it down, working it to the right side. They're going to get it over to Vowles. Vowles to the free throw line extended, now to the corner, but a travel beforehand. And the Loggers will turn it back over. St. Mary's facing some backcourt press by the Loggers. Trying to find somebody to get it to. Williams gets it into Elliott. And turnover on the Lumberjacks. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure if they threw it back to Williams and she was out of bounds or... So the Loggers will inbound from baseline into the corner. Three, thought about a three. Instead, it's up to the wing. 3-point shot on the way. No good. Rebound pulled down by the Loggers. They'll reset their offense. That was Vowles with the rebound. She's working left corner. She's got Keneally on her. Now to the top of the key to Fry. Fry triggers the three. That one was in and out, but the rebound to the Loggers. And I believe it was number 22, Larson, with the putback. 10-3, St. Mary's trails by 7. Elliott has it, trapped on the right side. She's trying to find a way around the defense, but she's going to end up traveling and turning the ball back over. Had a Potlatch Logger on each side of her trying to get that ball away from her and then trying to keep possession. She's shuffled her feet. Loggers have the ball right side down to the corner into the hands of Winther. Now up to the blocks. That ball's going to be deflected out of bounds by Spooner. Possession will stay with the Loggers. 22 on the shot clock. 2:52 to go in the first period. 10-3. St. Mary's trails Potlatch. Loggers will inbound from baseline. Winther gets it to the wing. Now to the corner. Into Sessman, left side. Back out to the wing. Fry steps just inside 3-point range. Shot up, no good. But there for the putback is Vowles. And there was no other Lumberjack there except for Spooner. And Spooner got blocked out by 2 Loggers. Keneally's going to get the ball down the other side. We're going to get a whistle. And I think it was the shot clock. It's an official whistle. Shot clock was already down to 35, and that seems like that's fairly quickly to be down to 35, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Checking back in for the Loggers is Hansen. Coming out is the 20 of Vowles. So they're still pointing at the shot clock. He's talking to the other official. Whatever it was, they've got it squared away and ready to continue play. St. Mary's inbound from baseline. Going to get it right into Williams. Williams' jump shot won't go. The bucket has had a lid on it for the Lumberjacks. Last couple of possessions. Up to the top of the key. Stepping back, long 2 on the way. It's up and good. That is by Hansen. That was a long 2. Now St. Mary's the other way, going to have a opportunity for a layup by DeMurcia. She can't get the shot to fall. The ball gets knocked around, rolls out of bounds. Last touch by St. Mary's. It'll go with the Loggers. Again, St. Mary's having a trouble getting the ball to fall in when they get some good looks. Bringing it back down for the Loggers is Winter. She's going to swing it to the left side to Fry. Fry takes it to the free throw line, kicks it out to the left side to Hanson. Back to Fry. Fry gets a wide open look at three. It is off the mark just barely. And Keneally with the rebound for St. Mary's. Taking it the other way is Elliott, working right side. She's going to force up the shot, and it'll be no good, out of bounds, as she airballed it behind the backboard. And I'm not sure that that's what Coach Hodal wanted them to do. They just ran down there and tried to take a shot. Coming back the other way, the Loggers. They're going to move it over to the right side. Now trying a cross-court pass. Caldwell intercepts it. Lumberjacks have it. Going to have a pass to middle of the court. And a bad pass by Caldwell. Potlatch gets still. Bodies were hitting the floor everywhere for the Loggers. Shot up the other way for Potlatch. It's no good. Daisy Williams with the rebound, and we have a whistle. And a foul on Potlatch, and that will be foul number 5. That'll put the Lumberjacks at the free throw line. That foul goes against Cameron Larson. And I am missing a foul I didn't mark down for somebody in that earlier on. So it'll put Daisy Williams to the charity stripe for the Lumberjacks. St. Mary's trails 14-3. Free throw is off the mark. Hits the side iron and bounces off. Second free throw coming. That one back iron, no good. Keneally got the rebound, tried for the putback. It wouldn't go. And again, I mentioned it. The bucket has had a lid on it for the Lumberjacks. Potlatch coming the other way. Foul, swings over to the right side. Now back to the right. Winther has the ball poked away for a second. Regathers. Gets it back out to Fry. Fry guarded by Caldwell. Lumberjack's going to put a little double team on her. She's going to drive, blocks, going to kick it out. 3-point shot on the way by Hanson. And Katie Hanson puts it up from the right wing with the assist from Vowles. Lumberjacks trail 17-3. They're going to try to get the pass down inside. It was partially blocked as Keneally tries to go up with the shot. Potlatch with the rebound. 17-3. Lumberjacks trail. Tough first quarter for St. Mary's. Darcy Fry has it. Going to get a foul against the Lumberjacks. Oh, actually, no, it's not against the Lumberjacks. It's a hand check against Potlatch. That foul goes against Darcy Fry. That's her second foul. And it'll put Caldwell to the cherry stripe. The free throw line has not been friendly to the Lumberjacks here this evening, though. First free throw on the way by Caldwell, off the mark. That one hit all backboard. 23.6 seconds on the clock. First period, St. Mary's trails 17-3. Caldwell lines up the second free throw. On the way, that one, back iron, bounces around, falls off. Rebound to the Loggers. Potlatch will push it the other way, looking for the final shot of the quarter. It is Winther right side, and Winther loses the ball out of bounds. And Lumberjacks will inbound from baseline. In the backcourt, Daisy Williams looking to find an inlet as the press from the Loggers is on. She finds Caldwell. Caldwell goes all the way across court to the right side, takes it to the wing, picks up her dribble. Has it to Elliott. Elliott cross court to Spooner, and Spooner couldn't handle the pass. And the first quarter will come to an end. St. Mary's, a tough first for St. Mary's as they trail 17-3 to the Loggers. We'll be back.
Nothing comes easy. Every day, every dollar, every decision. So your finances should work just as hard as you do. With a free Ascend checking account from P1FCU, you can earn real rewards for the work you're already doing. No gimmicks, just better banking. Because around here, dividends are for the doers. Learn more at p1fcu.org/ascend.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
And we are back. Let's see what subs get made here in the second quarter. Boyette is back in, as is Bailey Martin. I think I've got the subs correct. Loggers will start with the first possession. They lead 17-3 here in the second quarter. Going to get a foul there along the sideline, a little bit of a push. I almost thought the Logger player had stepped out of bounds prior or before that call, but they're going to get the foul on Boyette. Loggers will inbound, top of the key, in between the circles, now looking to the free throw line. And that is into the hands of Larson. Larson double teamed there. She was trapped for a minute, finds an outlet to Sesnan. Sesnan back to Hanson. Hanson up top. Down to the low post, left all alone down there was Kiana Winter. And the Loggers find their teammate down underneath for the assist. 19-3, St. Mary's trails. Driving all the way down for the Lumberjacks is number 1. That is, I didn't get that sub in there. Timken. Let's see who is not on the floor. Timken will be fouled as she drives to the free throw line. Drives to the bucket. The foul goes against Cameron Linus. And then the free throw is up and good. First free throw is up and good. Second free throw is no good. Rebound to the Loggers. Ball is loose. St. Mary's trying to get a steal. Can't quite complete it. Loggers get it across the timeline. Over to the right side. It's to Hanson. Back to the left side. Into the hands of Winter. Lumberjacks defense doubled her at the three-point line. Down to the low post. Into the number 22 of Larson. She's basically triple teamed. Up to the free throw line. Now back to the short corner. Left side still. Going to have a pass jump there. Timken gets the steal. Timken going to see if she can't complete it. No, she's going to get it off to Boyette. Boyette's layup won't go. Rebound to Potlatch. Loggers coming back the other way. Hanson, cross-court pass to the left side or the right side to Larson. Short corner, back to the top of the key. Three-pointer on the way by Hanson. Shot is off the mark. Loggers with the rebound. Put back is going to go in, and I believe that was Larson. (21-4), St. Mary's trails. Bailey Martin with the ball. Swings it over to Timken. Timken backs it between the circles. Swings it to Boyette. Boyette working on the right side to the corner to Martin. Martin on the right side. She takes it to the wing. Backs it up, looking for a screen. No, she's going to get it off to Timken. Timken between the circles. Swings it to Williams. Williams going to drive from the right side. She's going to run into a wall. Ball will go out of bounds and will be last touched by the Loggers. Coming in for Potlatch is Hatley Sawyer and Alina Vowles. I believe it's Sawyer's first time into the game tonight. Loggers have seen 5 players score so far. And have the ball inside. Shot up by Timken. It's no good. Rebound to Bailey Martin. Her putback was no good. Then we get a rebound to the Loggers. But Potlatch is standing on the out-of-bounds line, so they'll turn it over. Down there on the baseline. St. Mary's inbound from baseline. Bailey Martin to trigger it in. Bailey looking for an outlet. Going to go to Daisy at left wing. Daisy's going to look to the free throw line. Kicks it to Spooner. Spooner pulls up to the shot. Shot is off the mark. Rebound goes to the Loggers. Potlatch quickly down the right side of the floor. It's Winter. She's going to drive down to the left corner. And she's going to have the ball come loose. And she'll dribble it out of bounds. So a turnover on the Loggers. Braylee Caldwell checking in. Bailey Martin going to come out. Again, St. Mary's not been able to find anything offensively so far. Some of that's some good defense by the Loggers, but even when St. Mary's gets a good shot off, They can't get it to fall through. Turnover by Lumberjacks. And then a turnover by Potlatch. Daisy Williams almost dribbled the ball through the defender's leg. Going to get a timeout taken. I believe it was by Potlatch. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take it as well.
When you think of Potlatch Deltic, you might think logs or lumber. When I think about Potlatch Deltic, I think of family, community, compassion. You see, Potlatch Deltic is more than some company in St. Mary's. Potlatch Deltic is a community supporter in more ways than one. Whether it's donating to a fundraiser or nonprofit group, or giving a high schooler a summer job that could very well turn into a career, Potlatch Deltic is there for our community. We, for one, want to thank Potlatch Deltic for what they do and hope that you will also. Potlatch Deltic, proud supporters of, well, St. Mary's.
And we are back, 5:14 to go before halftime. St. Mary's finds themselves in quite the hole, 21-4 to the Loggers. Again, pressure in the backcourt from Potlatch. Timken loses the ball trying to make a move. Loggers with it. Shot is up, no good. Rebound to Potlatch as they'll reset the offense. Then they're going to get it down inside. And what do we get? A foul against St. Mary's, I believe. It looks like it'll go against Braylee Caldwell, her first, team second. Loggers will inbound baseline. Into the corner, left side, short corner shot on the way. It's no good. Rebound fought for. Jump ball called as Daisy Williams ties it up. The possession arrow will go to the Lumberjacks. St. Mary's had the opportunity to get that rebound a little bit cleaner, but couldn't pull it in. Going to get it into Timken. Timken going to have the defensive pressure back off. She takes it across the timeline, works left all the way down. She's going to drive all the way to the left side and puts the shot up and good. I don't necessarily think that was the plan, but it worked out okay. First bucket in a while for St. Mary's. Timken now with a steal. Timken going to take it the other way, try to step around the defense. No, has it stolen away from her from behind. Now the Loggers will try their own fast break, and it'll be the number 5 of Tiana Winter laying it up and in for Potlatch. And Timken probably should have just taken that shot when she got down there. Instead, she stopped and didn't take the shot. This time, you're going to get the ball down to Spooner. Spooner will go up and under from underneath. She'll get hit, and she'll step to the free throw line. That foul will go against the Loggers, and it's going to go against Hatley Sawyer. Her first, and it's the third time to the free throw line for Demercia Spooner. I believe she's 1 for 4 from the charity stripe tonight. First free throw on the way. Too hard, no good on that one. She's putting a little too much power behind those shots. Needs to get a little bit more arc underneath it, I think, and get that ball up a little higher. Second free throw coming from Spooner. That one had a little bit better arc just to hit the back iron, bounced out, rebound to the Loggers. Potlatch going to bring it the other way, leading 23-6, and that's going to be an offensive foul there against Potlatch. St. Mary's takes the charge, and I'm not sure who it was that took the charge for the Lumberjacks there. Keneally's going to check in for the Lumberjacks. Spooner's going to get a breather. That is the second foul on Alina Vowles. St. Mary's gets it in. Williams ahead to Keneally. Keneally's going to drive. Shot won't fall in for her. Ball is being fought for. Boyette had the rebound. Jump ball called, though. Potlatch will be the benefactor of the alternating possession. 3:52 to go in the half. 23-6. St. Mary's having a tough night here at home. Bring it down for the Loggers is Winter. She's going to swing it over to Hanson. Back to Winter. Back to Hanson. Now they're going to go to the wing, right side to Sawyer. Sawyer's three won't go. Loggers able to chase down the rebound. That ball is loose, so turnover on Potlatch, but then a bad pass by Keneally. She'll turn it right back over. Shot on the way from Potlatch. It's no good. Rebound to Timken. Timken trying to find a way through the defense. She's going to swing it down to Williams. Williams having an off night. Her first, not her first, that's her second bucket attempt of the night. And she'll be fouled. Not her second bucket, but she'll be fouled. That foul goes against Sawyer. And it sends Williams to the charity stripes. Her second time there, and I know that's might be the first free throw she's made tonight. Williams does have 3 points, but that is her first free throw. Second, I think her first free throw. She makes both free throws. Let's put it that way. 23-8, St. Mary's trails with 3:15 to go before the half. Potlatch has it, left side. Seston, short corner, left side, back to the wing, into the hands of Linus, now to the top of the key to Hanson. Hanson triggers the three. That shot is no good. Fight for the rebound will be taken by the Loggers. Loggers have it down underneath, getting it over to the left side. Shot is up. It's no good. And Loggers trying to get the rebound. Can't corral it. I call it a turnover against Potlatch. As it was, I believe, Hatley Sawyer trying to save it back in, but touched out of bounds before she could find it, get it out there. Now the Lumberjacks turn it over. Caldwell with a pass right to the Loggers. Tying it up, though, is Williams. The alternating possession goes to St. Mary's. 2:44 to go before halftime. 23-8 St. Mary's trails. Williams over to Daisy or the Keneally. Keneally drives from the right side and puts that one up and good. Keneally almost turned the ball over. She had a little bit of an issue getting that pass. Made it look pretty, though, when she did corral it on a little spin from Williams and then drives it from the right side all the way in. Going to get a steal by Timken there. Driving the other way is Timken. She's going to see if she can't get the defense shaken off. She does. Misses the shot. Williams gets the rebound. Her putback is no good. Rebound goes to the Loggers. St. Mary's has not been able to take advantage of their second chance opportunities. Potlatch has it down underneath. Going to swing it out to Linus. Linus' shot is up. And Cameron Linus gets her first bucket of the evening. 25-10. St. Mary's trails by 15. Going to get a bad pass there by, I believe it was Williams, down the floor looking for Caldwell. That ball will go out of bounds. Going to get Kaylin Boyette comes out, checking, I believe, is Elliott, and a timeout taken as well. It is a 30-second timeout taken by St. Mary's. 25-10, St. Mary's trails. We'll be back.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Idaho. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. 1:50 to go before halftime. St. Mary's trails by 15, 25-10 to the Loggers. Potlatch has it on the right side. Going to the free throw line. Lumberjacks are playing kind of a double team defense on the ball. Every time the ball gets out to somebody, they double team that person. Shot on the way, no good. Bounces around, fight for, but picked up by the Loggers. And it'll be Cadence Carlson with her first bucket. 27-10. Going to get a shot on the way. It's no good by Timken. Put back by Keneally was no good, and then the ball ends up out of bounds going over to Potlatch. Loggers will bring it down. 1:12 to go in the half. 27-10. All the way down court, pass into the short corner left side to Carlson. Carlson backs her way in. Shot won't go. Rebound goes to Caldwell. Caldwell to Timken. Timken's going to drive it down. She's going to get her shot blocked by the Loggers. Blocked shot was by Carlson. Shot hard off the glass by Potlatch. And Timken gets the rebound. Timken, she's going to drive it down. Shot hard off the glass the other way. Rebound goes to Williams. And Williams is able to cash it in. 27-12. St. Mary's trails by 15 with under 30 to go. 30 seconds. Going to get a shot on the way. Short corner. Linus, it's up and good from the freshman. Another assist there for Potlatch. Williams has it, top of the key. She's going to drive all the way. Shot is up, no good. She'll be fouled. Foul goes against Linus, showing as her second foul. It's going to be a push, I believe. Sends Williams to the charity stripe. First free throw off the mark. That one off to the left side of the rim. Second free throw misses. Same side of the rim. Loggers with the rebound coming the other way. Hansen for three. That shot is no good. Rebound fought for. Nobody's able to pull it in before the buzzer sounds, and that's how we'll go to the half. St. Mary's trails 29-12 to the Loggers. We'll take a break. We'll come back with a look at the halftime statistics.
Well, well, well. Are you in need of a reputable, experienced, and knowledgeable well drilling and pump company? Look no further than Interstate Drilling and Pump. Interstate Drilling and Pump drills new wells, deepens existing wells, installs and repairs pumps, and does well testing both for water quality and gallons per minute. Interstate Drilling and Pump has 24 plus years of experience and serves from Moscow to Rathdrum and the Silver Valley. Well, what are you waiting for? Get on their schedule today. That's Interstate Drilling and Pump, 208-245-5101. 208-245-5101, Interstate Drilling and Pump.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau Insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life. Plus, they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Like most backseat drivers, I'm all about safety. Dad, pothole.
Got it.
So Les Schwab Tires makes my job easy. With services like brakes, steering, and alignment. Those cheap tire centers just throw on tires, and that's it. Now, I'm not telling people how to do their job. Linger. I'm just glad Les Schwab takes safety as seriously as me.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing since 1952.
It's in Park, right?
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
If you want the best, you hire the best. Top Grade Roofing and Construction has over 25 years of experience and is licensed and insured. Top Grade Roofing and Construction can and will build just about anything. Need a deck? They can do it. Need siding? Yep. How about a fence? Of course. I mean, Top Grade Roofing and Construction might even build you a chicken coop if you ask. That's Top Grade Roofing and Construction. Call Vince for a free consultation at 208-269-3111. That's 208-269-3111. Top Grade Roofing and Construction. Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need for your blow dryer, replace the one your toddler dropped your hubby stay on his fitness goals. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
And it is halftime here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. The Potlatch Loggers in charge of this one, 29-12 over the Lumberjack girls in the first half. The Loggers outscoring St. Mary's 12-9 in the second period. If St. Mary's could have scored 9 in the first period and 9 in the second period, this game a little bit closer here at halftime. But the first quarter really hurt St. Mary's, only being able to get 3 points on the board. St. Mary's only shot 14% from the field or from 2-point range. They were 4 of 28 from 2-point range, whereas the Loggers were 13 of 22. St. Mary's got off more shots, but could not knock them down from 2-point range. The Loggers shot 59% from 2-point range, while St. Mary's was at 14%. 3-point shooting, St. Mary's 0 for 1. The Loggers shot 8% from 3-point range. They're 1 of 12. Overall field goal percentage, Lumberjacks at 14% and the Loggers at 41%. St. Mary's making a little bit of an advantage at the free throw line. Of course, Potlatch only shot 1 set of free throws. So St. Mary's 22% from the charity stripe. The Loggers fouled more than St. Mary's did. Loggers had, I think, 11 fouls and Lumberjacks 4. St. Mary's went to the free throw line quite a few times, so they could have made up some room on the Loggers from the charity stripe, but St. Mary's went 4 of 18 from the free throw line. So that's another thing to point out here in this first half of action that is really helping create the differential in scoring between these two teams early on. Offensive rebounds or total rebounds, the Loggers out-rebounded St. Mary's 27-22, but St. Mary's won the offensive boards with 14-10. And again, second chance points, St. Mary's has not put very many of those back in tonight. Defensive rebounds, the Loggers won that category 17-8. Already went over the fouls. The turnovers very close, 16 for the Lumberjacks, 15 for the Loggers. And again, another spot, St. Mary's not making any points off of Potlatch turnovers, as the Loggers have 8 points off of St. Mary's turnovers. So if you take the lack of making the free throws for St. Mary's, not taking advantage of second chance opportunities, and not taking advantage of Potlatch's turnovers, and you've got basically the deficit in this contest. St. Mary's has 3 points off the bench, the Loggers with 8 points off the bench in the first half. Taking a look at the Potlatch Loggers, St. Mary's has been keeping Cadence Carlson kind of quiet so far. Cadence only has 2 points. She had 22 points last time these two teams met. But other Loggers are picking up the slack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Loggers scoring in the first half. Leading the charge is the freshman Cameron Larson with 8 points on the evening so far. 5 points for Kaney Hansen for the Loggers. 4 points off the bench for Kiana Winther. 4 points off the bench for Cameron Linus. And 4 points for Elena Vowles. Then you've got 2 points for Cadence Carlson and 2 points for Daisy Fry. On the other hand, for St. Mary's, Daisy Williams off to a slow start, but she finishes the first half leading scoring with 6 points for St. Mary's, 3 points for Camden Timken, 2 points for Kelly Keneally, and 1 point for Demercia Spooner. On the rebound side of things, Williams is halfway to a double-double with 5 points and the 6 rebounds. Boyette has 5 rebounds, 4 rebounds for Keneally, and then 2 rebounds apiece for Caldwell, Martin, Spooner, and Timken. Let's see, what else do we have? No assists in the first half for St. Mary's. Timken has 4 steals for the Lumberjacks, and the Loggers had 8 steals. St. Mary's was 7 steals. And let's see, that's about it as far as the numbers go. So really, if St. Mary's had taken advantage of the free throw opportunities and of the some of those turnover points that have been left on the floor, this game could be quite a bit closer. Not to mention also points off turnovers. If St. Mary's had just matched the Loggers with points off turnovers with 8, This game is 20-29 or so. So those are the key factors so far in this contest. And we'll see what adjustments St. Mary's makes coming out at the second half to see if they can close this gap. And we'll see what adjustments the Loggers make to see if they feel like they need to try to get Cadence more involved in this game. But right now, the Loggers fairly well in control of the contest. So they don't need to do too much. They just need to continue doing what they're doing. We'll be back after this break with the second half of action. Hugh and Margie Gannon of St. Mary's are proud to support the Lumberjacks and this Lumberjack Sports broadcast. The Gannons want to wish the Lumberjacks the best of luck this sports season and want you to know that they are proud of you. The Gannons say, "Go Lumberjacks!"
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings, but it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
And we are back, and I forgot to give a shout out in the pregame to our cheerleaders. The cheer team competed in a competition this weekend, and I think they placed fairly well, second, third, and third or something like that in a couple of the competitions. So congratulations to them. I wish I had remembered to write down that information. The Loggers will start with the first possession. 3-ball triggered. It is no good. Rebound to Daisy Williams, and the Lumberjacks will bring it down the other way, trying to see if they can get something going. Kaylin Boyette tries to dump it over the top. It'll be deflected out of bounds, and the ball will stay with the Lumberjacks. I think she was trying to get that down to somebody in the low post. Loggers look to be in a zone. Going to get it into Williams. Williams had to double clutch that ball on the inbound pass, and it'll be a jump ball called. Potlatch ties that up, and the possession will stay with the Lumberjacks. Into Elliott. Elliott, short corner, finds Bailey Martin. Martin's shot won't fall. Williams with the rebound. Shot is up for Williams. It won't go. Williams with the putback. Another rebound to St. Mary's as it was saved back in, I believe, by Timken. And we're going to get a foul, I believe, against Potlatch. Carlson with her second foul. St. Mary's has the ball. Going to get a long two on the way. Left it short, did Williams. Rebound to the Loggers. Ball is now loose, though, and I'm not sure if Kaylin would have let that go out of bounds. I'm not sure who touched it last. But if the Loggers had touched it last, St. Mary's lost an opportunity there. Not sure who touched it last, though. Potlatch with a bad pass. St. Mary's with the ball. Not going to call it a steal. We'll just call it a turnover. They're going to look to try to get it into Williams as she's driving down the lane. She won't get. Martin will try for a shot. It'll be blocked. And a rebound to the Loggers. Coming the other way, we're going to get a shot up. It's no good. And a foul against the Lumberjacks. Kaylin Boyette will get called for that foul. And that foul will be a push. And it'll send the number one of the Loggers, Hanson, to the free throw line. She, I believe, is one of the top free throw shooters on their team at 75%. And as I say that, she has that first one hit the back of the rim, come back to the front, and fall off. Neither team, I don't think, has scored so far. Only a minute and a half gone in the second half. Going to get a rebound to the Loggers. The putback was no good. Rebound, I believe, was to Williams, and the Lumberjacks will bring it the other way. They're going to swing it over to Elliott, right wing, cross court, looking for Boyette, a little bit wide of the mark, and it'll be a turnover on St. Mary's. Got to take better care of that ball. Bringing it down for the Loggers is Hanson. She's going to come across the circle. She had right in her face Timken. Dishes it to the right wing, now back to the left. Now stood up at the top of the key. Back to the opposite side of the key. Looking to feed it underneath. Good ball movement. Missed shot by the Loggers. They got the rebound. First putback was no good. Second putback was good, and that was Candace Carlson. St. Mary's the other way. Going to get a quick jump shot put up by Timken. Her shot won't go. Rebound to the Loggers. Potlatch coming back the other way quickly. It's Fry. And the ball is going to get tipped out of bounds by St. Mary's. Loggers will keep possession. Inbounding will be Caney Hansen. Hansen into Vowles. Vowles to the right side of the floor. Now on the wing. Back to the left side. 3-point on the way by Hansen. Shot off the iron. No good. Fight for the rebound. And what do we get here? Will be a foul. Against Potlatch. Hansen picks up her first foul of the contest. St. Mary's will bring it the other way. Timken across the timeline, works it right side, picks up her dribble. Trying to get it over to Elliott, but not quite ready for the pass. And the Lumberjacks turn the ball over. Almost 3 minutes gone here in the third. St. Mary's is yet to find the bottom of the net. The Loggers have 2 points here in the second half. There's a good read by Williams. She's going to deflect that and then tie it up. Possession will stay with the Loggers. Trying to get that pass down to the short corner on the right side. Daisy Williams able to get in there and try to tip it away. Loggers will inbound. They're going to leave them wide open. Fry for the three. Shot is no good. Fry chases down her own rebound. The Loggers will reset the offense. Left wing, driving underneath from the left side is Val. Shot is no good. Fighting for the rebound again, and the Loggers come away with it as Daisy Williams almost had it. And I'm not sure who made that shot for the Loggers. It was a long three. Long two, I mean. I'm going to give it to Hansen, but I'm not sure if that's who it was. St. Mary's with it. Going to go to the free throw line. Quick shot up by Williams, and St. Mary's still has a lid on the bucket as Williams couldn't knock that one down. Loggers, left side, jump shot. It won't fall in. Rebound for the Loggers, though. Another shot is up. It's no good for Potlatch. That ball will be fought for and go out of bounds. We'll give St. Mary's the team rebound. Trying to see who's coming off the floor for St. Mary's. St. Mary's still has too many guys on the floor. There we go. Karen, no, they're trying to figure out who's coming off the floor. Oh, no, Elliott. Elliott's coming out. Keneally, Spooner, and I think that's what I've got. Okay. Lumberjacks coming the other way, looking to Spooner. Spooner backs it back out. Now over to Timken. Timken for long. I think it's a three from Timken, and it's up and good. We'll give Spooner the assist. 33-15, St. Mary's trails. They cut it kind of in half almost, though. Gonna look at pass inside, bounces off of a Lumberjack and a Logger. Now the ball is being pinballed around on the floor. Gonna get a jump ball as Caldwell. Gonna give Caldwell a blocked shot on that as well. The possession error will go over to St. Mary's. Loggers trying to take that low post shot, and Caldwell able to block it. That ball is deflected out of bounds by the Loggers. They'll stay with St. Mary's. They'll inbound from side court now. Got that backcourt press from the Loggers. Going to get it into Williams. Back to Timken. Timken trying to get around her defense. That's a kick ball, but not going to get the call. Maybe it came off the shin. They'll just call it a turnover, St. Mary's. The Loggers are going to go the other way, and that is Hansen going to complete the layup in transition. 35-15. It's a 20-point deficit for the Lumberjacks. St. Mary's now trying to feed it inside to DeMercia Spooner. Potlatch will deflect it out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Lumberjacks. 3:30 to go in the third period. 35-15. St. Mary's trails by 20. Lumberjacks have had some good looks. They've had some opportunities. Keneally with the short corner shot. It is long. Pulling down the rebounds, Caldwell, but then the Loggers are going to get a steal. And we're going to get a blocking foul on Timken. It's her third foul. Team's second foul here in the second half, or in the third quarter. Bringing it down is Hansen for the Loggers. With a steal was Timken. Timken, though, almost turns it over. St. Mary's able to get it, though. Keneally's going to try for a shot. It's blocked by the Loggers. There for the rebound is Williams, and then we're going to get a whistle and I believe a foul. On Potlatch, the foul goes against Sesnan. That's her first. 35-15 the score. St. Mary's trails. 3 fouls for the Loggers. St. Mary's inbound from baseline. Daisy Williams to trigger it in. She's looking for somebody to get the ball to. She's going to get it to Spooner. Spooner will try for a shot. It'll be blocked out of bounds by Potlatch. Lumberjacks get it in baseline and a foul underneath. That foul is going to go against Fry. Lumberjacks will inbound again. Williams to find an outlet, or an inlet, I should say. He's going to go to try to get it to Timken. It'll be deflected out of bounds by Potlatch. So good defense by the Loggers here. St. Mary's can't get the ball in bounds. This time they'll get it into Timken. Timken back to Keneally. Keneally at the left wing. She's going to work around to the right side. Going to step back. Shot is way up. That's off the... I don't know how that was counted as still in bounds, as that was basically off the shot clock. And St. Mary's ends up with the rebound, basically. Or no. Potlatch tried to get the rebound and wrestled it out of bounds, but I don't know how St. Mary's, how that wasn't called out of bounds with that shot. Timken over to Caldwell. Caldwell long two. Shot won't go. Rebound to the Loggers. Loggers now going to take it the other way as they have it into the hands of Fry. Fry looking to the low post. Shot is up and good as they find Cadence Carlson. 37-15, St. Mary's trails. Timken in trouble, trapped up at the top of the key, trying to get it to Williams. Does get it to her. Williams is going to work her way from the right side. She's going to be fouled if she pulls up for the shot. And she'll head to the free throw line, trying to get a number, I think. It is Cameron Larson with her third. I'm going to call it a blocking foul. It'll send Williams to the charity stripe. Daisy Williams to the Lumberjacks. Free throw, back iron, no good. St. Mary's has struggled tonight from the free throw line. And to be honest, they've kind of struggled everywhere shooting this evening. They've had a tough go of it. Williams' second free throw on the way. That one's going to rattle home for Daisy. Coming the other way for the Loggers is Winther. Works it to the right side, all the way down the blocks, all the way down to the low post, and kind of uncontested. She'll take it all the way in and set and put it in. Lumberjacks turned it over down there, I believe. Going to have a bad pass coming the other way. The Loggers are going to steal that one away. Potlatch, right wing, top of the key to Winther. Winther back to Vowles. Vowles three-pointer on the way. It's no good. Put back is no good. That ball will go out of bounds. Last touch by Potlatch. So St. Mary's will inbound. Yeah, the last possession, the Loggers scored. Then St. Mary's turned it over on the inbound pass. Potlatch missed a couple of shots. Daisy Williams, I don't think she comes off the floor very often. She's going to come out of the game for a moment. Elliott comes in. Bring the ball down for Potlatch, or for St. Mary's, is Timken. Minute 20 to go in the third. Timken to the top of the key, and she's going to travel. Got the top of the key and just picked up her dribble and pulled that pivot foot with her. Coming back the other way is Winther for Potlatch. She swings it to the left side. That's down to Vowles. Vowles in no man's land near the sideline and the timeline. Timken comes out to put pressure, and we're going to get a foul. I believe that's Camden Timken. That's 4 fouls for Camden. She's going to have to be careful. I wouldn't be surprised to see her check out. She will. I believe we're going to get Kaylin Boyette for Timken. Timken looks like she's obviously upset with herself on that one. Going to get a nice entry pass into Carlson, and she's going to put it up and good for the Loggers. She came from the right side. The pass came from the left side. Keneally, spin, shot, no good for the Lumberjacks. At the free throw line, another one of those good looks. St. Mary's just can't get them to fall through for them. Going to get a three-pointer on the way by Vowles. It's no good, and a whistle and a foul. Is that foul on the shot? It looks like it's going to go against Caldwell. It's her second foul, and we'll put the Loggers to the free throw line for 3 free throws. That is Alina Vowles, who is 68% on the season. First time there tonight, makes the first free throw. Second free throw from Vowles on the way. Nice touch. That one's up and good also. 43-16, St. Mary's trails. Lumberjacks have only scored 4 points here in the third. Last free throw on the way, no good. Gets her own rebound, though. Shot is up and good on the putback. Lumberjacks tried to tip it out, tipped it into the hands of Vowles, and she's able to make them pay. Instead of a 2-point play, it's a 4 points for Vowles. Going to get a quick shot on the way by Caldwell. It's no good from about the elbow. Rebound to the Loggers. Going the other way is Hanson. Hanson right side, cross-court pass. Boyette almost takes that away. Into the hands of Vowles, though. She's into the low post, stood up, gets it out to the wing. Long 2 on the way. It's no good. The rebound went to Keneally, and St. Mary's coming the other way. Caldwell, her shot is too high off the glass, and no good. Rebound to the Loggers. St. Mary's just having trouble finding the bottom of the net tonight. 45-16 is the score as we get ready to enter the fourth period of play. We'll be back.
Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses. And most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
Sometimes accidents happen. You never thought it would happen to you, but it did. Where can you turn for that friendly hand of support? Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy in St. Mary's, where you'll find personalized care. Whether you need crutches, supports, wheelchairs, or even a hospital bed, Jack's is here for you. We service both Medicare and Medicaid. If you need durable medical equipment, come to Jack's, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
And we are back. 8 minutes to go in the contest. St. Mary's finds themselves down 45-16 to the Potlatch Loggers. And the Potlatch Loggers will start the final frame with possession. St. Mary's probably made some substitutions there. Got to figure out who they were. Loggers with a long shot. It was a 2-pointer, I believe. It is no good. Ball will be knocked out of bounds. Last touched by St. Mary's. I believe it was Boyette. Getting my substitutions right. St. Mary's on defense. Loggers have it. They find some number 21. That's Sesman alone underneath. Her shot is up high off the glass. No good. Boyette will combine to tie the ball up for the jump ball, and St. Mary's will get the benefit of the alternating possession. St. Mary's will bring it down in the hands of Caldwell. Caldwell straight across the timeline. Coming out to defend her is Fry. They swing it over to the left or the right side. Back to the top now to Elliott. Looking to Keneally. Keneally Tries to drive into the lane, and we're going to get a foul against, I believe, Potlatch. It's a blocking foul. Third foul on Linus for the Loggers. St. Mary's will inbound from baseline. Over to Boyette. Boyette with a long two. It's off the mark. And the rebound will go to the Loggers. It gets knocked out of bounds. Last touch by St. Mary's. Bringing it down for the Loggers is Fry. Fry works her way to the right. Kicks it down to the corner. Now they're looking just to the blocks up high post area. Back to the top of the key. Darcy Fry for three. It is short. The rebound goes to Boyette. Boyette, though, has the ball taken away from her. Loggers have it. Right side. Fry to the top of the key. Looking into the low post. Back out. Wing. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound goes to Elliott. Elliott ahead to Caldwell. Caldwell drives. No good on the shot, but she'll be fouled. That foul goes against Darcy Fry, her fourth. We call it, I guess, what's a hand check. And it'll send Caldwell to the charity stripe. Caldwell knocks down the first free throw. That's her first bucket of the night. 45-17, St. Mary's trails the Loggers. Next free throw on the way. That one rattles in and out. Rebound to Potlatch. Bringing it down for the Loggers is Fry. She's going to work left now to the right, top of the key. Going to pick up and dribble or pull that pivot foot with her. She came to a stop just across the timeline. There would be a turnover on Potlatch. Boyette will inbound from sideline in front of the Logger bench. Going to get it into Caldwell. Caldwell across the timeline. Works it to the right side. Gets it up to Keneally. Keneally looking for an outlet. Goes down to Elliott. Elliott couldn't handle the pass. Turnover St. Mary's. Coming the other way, it is Sawyer. She's going to drive it all the way herself on the right side, and Sawyer pulls up for the jump shot from the blocks. And it's up and good. 47-17, 30-point deficit for the Lumberjacks. Going to get a shot up and no good by Elliott. Again, that ball across the top of the backboard. That's not out of bounds, apparently, and the ball goes over to the Loggers on the rebound. Driving is Fry. Fry into the lane. Shot is up, no good. Got the rebound did the Loggers. Put back was no good. And then the rebound goes to Keneally, and Keneally's going to bring it back herself. There's a shot up by Keneally. It's no good. Put back by Caldwell was no good. And nothing going the way of the Lumberjacks here this evening. Going to get a deflection by Caldwell as she knocks that ball out of bounds. Think we're in a running clock now. 47-17. Lumberjacks trail by, there's a 30. There's a bad pass by the Loggers. Neither one of them knew who it was intended for. Timken, Martin, and Williams check back in for St. Mary's. Timken will bring it across for the Jacks. He's going to work it right. Kicks it to Keneally. Keneally to Williams. Williams getting bumped around. Takes her dribble. Going to get a blocking foul against the Loggers. I believe that's Hatley Sawyer with her third foul. Third foul of the fourth for the Loggers. St. Mary's has it. Timken takes it to the top of the key. She's directing traffic. Works right. Spins. Comes back to the middle. Going to drive all the way in, off the glass, and in by Timken. Nice drive by Camden Timken. 47-19, St. Mary's trails. Fry with it. She kicks the ball up to Sawyer. Sawyer kicks it out to the wing. Short three or long three. It's on the way. No good. Or long two. Fight for the loose ball. And a foul. Who's the foul going to go against? Foul goes against the Loggers. Linus picks up her fourth team foul for Potlatch. And Timken will bring it down for the Lumberjacks. He's going to kick it over to Williams. Williams going to drive, gets an open lane. Shot up and good by Daisy Williams on the layup from the right side. 47-21. Darcy Fry brings it down. Potlatch leads. Fry works to the left side, guarded by Timken. Timken putting some good defensive pressure, going to swing it down. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound to Williams. Williams ahead to Timken. Timken works right side, picks up her dribble, gets it up to Spooner. Spooner into the lane. She's going to take the layup. Shot won't go. Fight for the loose ball. Williams with the rebound. And Williams will try for the shot, but she'll be fouled. They'll get Sawyer with foul number 4. 15th foul for the Loggers, and it'll put Daisy to the free throw line. And Daisy will make that first free throw. 47-22, St. Mary's trails. Kaney Hansen and Keonta Winter come in for the Loggers. Second free throw is good as well by Williams. Loggers will bring it down the other way. Winter controls it, works it across the right side, crosses it back to the left, now back to Winter. Winter on the right, looking out of the short corner, into the hands of Seston. Seston tries for the up and under. Her shot won't go. Rebound, though, for the Loggers. And what do we get here? I think the Lumberjacks knocked the ball out of bounds, so the Loggers will keep possession. 2 minutes to go. 47-23, St. Mary's trails. Long 2 on the way. Shot is no good. Going to fight for the rebound. Loggers end up with it. And there's going to be a foul against St. Mary's. Timken, I believe, might have picked up foul number 5, and it is. First foul of the half for the Lumberjacks. Kieran Elliott will check in. Going to shoot free throws is Linus. Misses the first free throw. First time to the charity stripe tonight. Timken fouls out with 8 points. I'm not sure what she did with rebounds and steals, but she was pretty active tonight. All except for the foul, she had a good evening. Second free throw was missed as well. Rebound tipped out by the Lumberjacks. I believe it was Keneally. Going to get a shot up by St. Mary's, no good. I don't know who took that shot, but it was going to be a putback by Daisy Williams, and Williams will be fouled. And that is the 5th foul on Linus. So Linus will foul out of the contest for the Loggers. Williams should have enough time to at least take her free throws as the time runs out on the running clock. Or her bonus free throw. Her bonus shot, I guess, because she had made the bucket, so it was an and one opportunity. 47, illegal inbound pass there by the Loggers, so they'll turn it over to St. Mary's. Lumberjacks will get one more shot at least here. That's putting a couple more points on the board. Up top to Elliott. Elliott looking to Spooner. Spooner for the shot. It's up and just a little short. Rebound to Williams. Williams had the board. The putback wouldn't go. And the Loggers got the rebound, and that's going to be the end of the contest. 47-25, really close to the same score as the last time these two teams faced off. As let me find that score real quick. It was 55-25 last time. So St. Mary's held to that same score total. We'll take a break as we tally everything up, though, and come back with our post-game wrap-up and our Talk About It player of the game.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Bennewash, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
For all of your area high school sports schedules, updates, and recaps, including Lakeside, Kootenai, and of course, St. Mary's High School, pick up your copy of the St. Mary's Gazette Record every Wednesday. Not only will they have game recaps and highlights for area high school sports action, but local news and information. St. Mary's Gazette Record, pick up a copy today. The name says it all. Taco About It. What is it, you may ask? It's the best taco truck in town. Might even be the only taco truck in town. If you like tacos, and who doesn't, then you need to stop by Taco About It, located at 128 South Highway 3 in St. Mary's, across the street from Triple X Feeds. Taco About It has too many tacos to list, so you will just have to try them all. Call in your order 208-582-8533, or just stop by. Taco About It, located across the street from Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's. When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjacks.
If you know which side of a saw cuts wood, and if you can hammer a nail, you can do it yourself. Carpentry, construction, finishing, or framing, around here, you've got it made. You've got 10th Street Lumber. At 10th Street Lumber, we have the answers to your building and repair project questions. Every day, 10th Street Lumber helps homeowners get quality results. For lumber, block, power tools, fixtures, everything you need for a professional job. Don't pick up a nail until you shop 10th Street Lumber. 10th Street Lumber on the corner of 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Mary's.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oakes at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oakes a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255. Now we're back. Take a look at the team stats real quick. The final 47-25 in favor of the visiting Loggers. Potlatch ended up shooting 46% from two-point range, 6% from three-point range, 34% from the field, 22% from the charity stripe. They had 50 rebounds, 22 fouls committed, 20 turnovers. They had 12 points off of St. Mary's turnovers and 12 points off the bench. For St. Mary's, they shot 13% from two-point range, 50% from three-point range, 15% from the field. A really rough night shooting for St. Mary's. 32% from the free throw line. They had 39 rebounds, 9 fouls, 24 turnovers. St. Mary's did not score any points off turnovers, and they only had 4 points off the bench. Nobody into double digits for the Loggers, but they had 4 players very close to it. Leading scorer we had was Caney Hansen with 9, 8 points for Vowles, 8 points for Larson, and 8 points for Carlson. 6 points off the bench for Winther, 4 points off the bench for Linus, 2 points for Hatley Sawyer off the bench, and 2 points for Daisy Fry. For the Lumberjacks, leading scorer was Williams. She was didn't have many points in the first half. She kind of came on in the second half. She had a double-double, 13 points, 13 rebounds, shot 46% from the free throw line, and had no steals, no assists tonight. Camden Timken, 8 points, 3 rebounds, shot 50% from the free throw line with 5 steals. Kelly Keneally had 2 points with 7 rebounds. Caldwell and Spooner each had a point apiece. So that brings us to our Talk About It player of the game. And tonight, we're going to go with I'm not sure what grade she's in. I don't have an actual roster in front of me for the Lumberjacks. She might be a junior, but we're going to go with Camden Timken tonight. She fouled out, but she fouled out with 8 points. She had 3 rebounds, shot 50% from the charity stripe, and led the team in steals with 5. She also led the team in free throw shooting with 50%. Of course, Williams was 46% from the charity stripe, 5 of 11. But that's how the night ends. St. Mary's goes to 0-8 overall with the loss tonight, 47-25 to the visiting Loggers. The girls will be back at home on Saturday, taking on the Grangeville Bulldogs in a quad match. We'll be back on the air tomorrow night with the boys as they host the Timberlake Tigers in a non-league matchup. And that game is a quad match here, not a quad match. It is a tri-match, I guess you could say, as you've got C-team boys, JV boys, and varsity boys tomorrow night. So for KOFE Radio, I'm Tim Parrish. Have a great evening. We'll see you back here tomorrow night for more Lumberjack basketball from Lumberjack Gymnasium.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Until next time, same as always, go Lumberjacks!
Hey gang, I'm Corky Langham Mountain, and for all the music you call classic,